what's up? It's quarantine, and I've been making these videos, some like a roller coasters, some like we're baking cookies, some just normal workouts, and today I said, let's change it up a little bit, and let's just go for a walk on the beach. So find your beach. It might be in the living room, it might be through the cemetery, up hills, whatever. Just find your beach, enjoy the scenery, and walk with me. If you want, you can grab some water bottles, it'll add some weight to it, some resistance, but I don't know if I'm gonna take it. I have like a 2-minute walk to the beach, so we will find out. Season. All right, let's go ahead and set our timer and go. So we're just gonna walk along. You can keep these pumping if you want. Nice and easy. We'll go ahead and get started for a minute. I'll tell you some ground rules and I'll just tell some stories for the next 9 after that. So we're starting here, and the store is right there where we go shopping. So this is our commute. So maybe for you, you're not in your living room, or you're not at the cemetery, but you're like, oh, I'm just gonna do my commute. I'm gonna go to the store, or wherever I typically go, because that's what I decided to do. This is my typical commute, our typical commute, whenever we go get bananas or whatever. So I have 20 more seconds. If you want to bend down and pick up some shells, you can along the way. Again, you have these. You can do your triceps while you're doing it. But just walk along, hold these, get the blood flowing. Sometimes you might get water on your foot, and that might happen. All right, we're at a minute. So the first story I'll start, I think I was like 8 years old, and somebody just brought this back up to me and said, what was your most embarrassing moment? Like, one of your most embarrassing moments? Well, I played baseball all through little kidville, and I was a catcher. Like, I was a really good catcher. I loved catching because, I mean, you're not like super active, but you're active every single play. And I loved it. I loved being a part of the show. And so I would sit there and I would just, man, I was so good. Well, then there was this one particular day where I was haunched down in the haunches, and I was ready to catch something good. And then, so it was getting late at night, dusk, I guess. And somebody took the bat and swings and hits the ball and goes straight up. And man, I'm ready. I am so pumped because remember, I'm not just a catcher. I'm a good catcher. Okay, so what do? Like, I'm in my haunches and I pop up, I jump, I take it off. Man, I'm ready. Boom, got it, locked in. The ball is mine. And I sat there and waited. And I'd caught several balls before. Like, I was good. And I'm ready for this thing. And then all of a sudden you start hearing your fans, and like, your fans, like whenever you're good at something, your fans are like, oh wow, you're so good. And I start hearing that and I'm like, yeah, I think I am. Like, I got this thing locked in and I am so ready. Like, ball in my grasp, ready to catch this thing. I never caught it. It was a full moon that night. Yeah, it's not a joke. It's real life. And so, for the next 10 seconds, before we get into our 3rd minute and the next story, I'll sum up and I'll just say, you gotta know what you're looking at, right? I'm looking at the sun now. We're getting ready to go around the corner. So, next story. I was like 8 or 9. A lot of good things happened then, I guess. And I was a junior drag racer. A really good junior drag racer. And this is what we did every summer. If you don't know what junior drag racing is, take this time to look it up, to Google it. But I was a good junior drag racer, and on one particular day, it was the Nationals. All the junior drag racers are there. And so we're there, and you go 2 by 2, and you're racing against them. And it's in a car, so I'm not actually running, but you're in a car. And like, I won the first round, and I won the second round. And you start up with like 100 kids in your age category, and eventually 100 goes to 50 because one of each loses. And then 50 goes to 25, and then 25 goes to 13, and you get the picture. And so I was just narrowing it down, and I was like, man, I'm like really good here. And I'm doing a fantastic job. And I get down to the final 2. Like, I could be a national champion right now. What? Like, what could I could win the Nationals? And so we get up there, and it's just me against this girl, Cassie Burton, and we're ready. And we take off, and I'm ahead, and I'm like ready to go, and then all of a sudden, due to my silliness, I'm not ahead anymore. And drag racing gets confusing, so this part of the story gets a little confusing. But in the type of drag racing I do, it does not matter if you're first. It matters if you are the best. Okay, so she went and she ended up winning, getting there first. But just because you get there first in the type of drag racing we do does not mean you win. I know, so confusing. But anyway, just like that moon lit up bright that night when I did not catch the ball, the light for the winners lit up, and I won the national championship. Next story, we'll fast forward several years. I was in high school playing tennis, and I was way down. Like, man, I had started out this match really well. I won the first set 6-0 because my play style was much different. Like, I'm very unique of how I play tennis. So I played tennis extremely well. Well, then he figured out how I played. And so in the second set, he dominated because he was more talented than I was. So I was like, well, and so I got smoked in the second set. And I was getting smoked in the third set. And I was down 0-3, and you go to 6. So I'm like 3 games out of this thing, and I was like, uh-oh, I gotta win this because it's best 2 out of 3 sets. And so I get up there and I'm down 0-3, love 30. So that means I'm practically down 0-4 here. So I look over and I see my friends though, Brett and Cody. And Brett and Cody just brought out like the fun in me. And I was like, let's just have some fun. So whenever you're playing tennis, you throw the ball up and you try to like, bam, smack it real hard. Well, I was like, didn't do that. And instead, I'm like, I'm just gonna toss it like this and just hit it as high as I can. Call it the lob serve of doom. So I did that. I hit that thing so hard, oh man. And my opponent, he was so excited. He was just like raring and hearing, man. And he came up with that thing, and he's gonna smoke it. Because remember, usually I'm the one to smoke it. And he comes up and he's like ready, he's like, ah! And he hits it right into the net. This dude, he was so good, he hits it right in the net. So I do it again. And guess what? He hits it long. That time he comes up and he pulls his shoulder back and just hits it too long and too hard. And I win again. And he looks at me, he's like, yo, man, look. If you're done with this match, we can go and quit and I can just win. And I looked at it, I said, I'm just getting started. And it was from that point on, I realized that, hey, in life, whenever you're down, you got to just get to the thing you're good at. If things are going wrong, get to the thing you're good at. And that's what I did. I was good at just having fun, letting my hair down, so to speak, just chilling out. And on that particular day, that's exactly what I did. And that's exactly how I got back into it. So anytime you're in sports or life, if you're in this quarantine thing, what are you good at? Do that thing. All right. Last and final story. You've all probably heard this story, but I'll just tell it again. So, my dog? Her name's Water, and it's the reason that we have running water events. And so when I named her Water, because I'm like, I want a running dog, and I want an indoor dog. And who doesn't want indoor running water? It's a joke that doesn't really work, by the way. And I tried that joke for a very long time, and no one really laughed because it's not really that funny. And I realized through General Baptist International Ministries, that when last year, 2019, they were having a fundraiser. Their whole summer fundraising campaign was about running water and providing clean running water in developing countries. And I said, here, I have a dog, and we run about 20 miles a week, and her name is Water, and she's hypoallergenic because she's clean. Like, if you have allergies, you're not allergic to her. I have everything I need. Let's just create running water events. That's the t-shirt I wear. And let's just create running water events to raise money for people who don't have clean running water in their house or available. We don't have it in our houses here on Saipan, but it's still available. I can walk over to the Mobile and buy it for $2 for the 5-gallon jug. And so we create this thing, and Water and I, through silly fundraisers and just doing whatever, we raised thousands of dollars for this thing. And so just like the last story was racing and get back to what you're good at to be able to get good again, get back to what you're comfortable with. This story is very similar. Use what you have. Now, a lot of us think we're cooped up, we're locked up, or whatever. And technically we are, because the beach closes at 6, so I've just been walking on our beach. And right here, I can't go any further because this beach is closed because of isolation and because of where the virus people are. So we have 15 seconds, you can just keep walking in place. But what I want to tell you is, just use your brain, use your creativity to think, how can I do something good? And our time is up, so you can go and stop and stretch out, lean one way or the next, whatever you want to do. But what I want to challenge you with is just come up with ways of how you can be applicable, how you can be resourceful, because you have talents, you have the things, just like the tennis. Think about it. How can you have your fun? Maybe you're not a person who likes to have fun, but you're a person who likes to fill in the blank and do what you're good at. All right? And just like whenever it was like water, like I had it all right there. So what is it that you have that you can be resourceful now during quarantine and whenever we get back to our new normal? All right, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for walking along the beach with me. We'll see you soon.